Hey there, folks. Welcome to day 86 of my year of solo board gaming, considered by some to be ill-advised and stupid. My name is Foggy Broom, and we're in the middle of It's a Wonderful World board game week. And we are playing It's a Wonderful World, as you might have guessed, by Frederick Gerard and Benoit Benier, and designed by Anthony Wolf, or illustrated by Anthony Wolf. This is one of the most overproduced games I've ever played. I know that sounds like a negative. It is a wonderful game. I really enjoy it, but it is really overproduced. This thing, for example, is so unnecessary. This could have been done much cheaper, I think. But it does have a great look and feel to it. It is fun to play with. There is a certain joy that comes out of playing with that. There's a campaign for It's a Wonderful World. It's called War or Peace, and it's this lovely blue box right here. And we're going to open it up, and I've already looked inside. It's not a complete, it's not an unboxing per se. And this is pretty much all that's here. It's just a bunch of envelopes, and then this lovely little thing here. And it talks about the solo version, and whether or not you can play this with the expansion Corruption, or this is really wobbly. I do apologize, by the way. I don't know why it's so wobbly. You can play with the expansion, the Corruptions or Influences or something like that, or whatever it's called. But we're gonna just play with the normal set of cards, and then we're going to go through the campaign. So this is going to be a last moment for spoilers, just in case you don't want to get spoiled for what's in the campaign. We're not going to do the entire scenario. We might do one or two. Depends on how the first scenario goes. But I think we're going to do ideally I'd like to do two. We'll see how far we go. But spoilers for whatever's in this top envelope here. This lovely little envelope marked CO1 SC01. For the solo mode, just so you know, so this is played like a normal game. They're going to give you some additional information in the envelope, but over the course of the campaign, sometimes you will be asked to take specific cards from the scenario's envelope, and it will basically indicate it by its name and number. Only look at the envelope's cards when explicitly demanded to by the scenario. According to your choices and how the game unfolds, you will have different resolutions. Only apply the resolutions for your case. At the end of the scenario, put the unused cards back to the envelope. Back in the envelope, I guess. Unless it is explicitly written on the campaign cards, the victory conditions are always same as a normal game. You must earn the most victory points. Generally, the person who wins a scenario will be better rewarded than the other players. You keep the orange campaign cards you earn at the end of the scenarios until the end of the War or Peace campaign, unless indicated otherwise. You can use them in each scenario, and they reset to 0 at the end of each scenario. Return any resources characters on them to their respective supplies. Whoever wins the final scenario is the sole victor of the campaign, and that's if a scenario adds new cards, gray cards are discarded at the end of the scenario, orange cards are kept by players and only discarded at the end of the campaign. And then finally for solo, extra rules for the solo mode. Play using the solo mode rules from the base game. You can play the campaign in 4 difficulty levels: normal, difficult, expert, or prodigy. Choose your difficulty level at the beginning of the campaign. When you reach the target score for your difficulty level, you are the winner of the scenario for reward purposes. If you do not reach it, you are the loser. Take a defeat card in addition to any rewards before continuing to the next scenario. If you fail in the final scenario, take a defeat card and begin it again. And finally, if you have 2 defeat cards and you lose the third time you have lost, begin the campaign again. Defeat cards can be found in the first envelope. And you can now open this envelope. So now that I've covered that, let's go ahead and begin. So this is not like a true legacy game where you're actually destroying components or changing components. This is a special campaign that is done solely for this purpose of the campaign. You can see the sticker's still on there. It's got a little War American flag sticker, probably to indicate that this is the English version of it, the American English version. So let's pop this open and see what we got inside. Again, spoilers. If you do not want to be spoiled, stop watching now. Go watch something else. We're gonna go. All right, so we have this lovely sheet of paper here, and we have a bunch of cards that look funky, plus a death card in the back. Peace first. 10 years ago, the Great Wars ended, leaving in their wakes millions of victims over the 6 continents. On the ruins of the old world, the new empires have prospered. As a new decade begins, all the world powers have decided to launch the Pax 10 project. This great joint project aims to create a global organization for peace in order to guarantee the world's stability and prosperity. Each player takes a random empire card and places it with the side A face up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. We'll move this out of the way. We'll go ahead and take a random empire. Actually, let's do it this way. Alexa, roll 1d6.
I rolled 1 die and got 3 for a total of 3. 1,
2, 3. All right, we're the Republic of Europe. Now, I know there was only 5 empires, so I would have had to re-roll if I got a 6. Place the Pax 10 101 card in the middle of the table, showing the side that matches the player count. All right, so this is this lovely little card, which we'll take out of the envelope. And we do not want to look at any of the cards. So this is what we need, and this is Pax 10. Trying to figure out which side is which. They both say 1. Maybe there's another. Oh, there's another Pax 10 card in here. So there is a specific one just for solo gaming. Okay. So we'll put the rest of these off to the side. All right. Each turn during the planning phase, you have the option of recycling cards from your draft area to add the recycling bonus to Pax 10, if this resource is still required. If you do, place the resource on the corresponding space on Pax 10 and immediately gain the bonus associated with that resource. Bonus for each resource you place on the Pax 10 card. So essentially, if you add some bonuses to these, you can then get you'll get some bonuses. Basically, energy to science, science back to energy. Money can convert to goods. Goods can convert to. It says financier on here, and it says financier or general on here. So I'm wondering if that's an either or. If several players place the same resource during the same planning phase, and there are not enough spaces for both of them, let's take a look at this one. Okay, so I see what they're saying. So basically, we have 5 spaces here. We just simply have to fill those 5 spaces, and it's the same on both sides. If all the spaces are taken at the beginning of the planning phase, you can't add the resource anymore. Refer to the boxes on the other side of this document to see how things turn out, depending on whether Pax 10 is completed, and then put the Pax 10 card back in the envelope. So we're not going to look at the end of the game resolution yet. We're going to keep this over here. So this seems pretty straightforward. We're going to, I think, create a little space here for Pax 10. And basically we'll add cards, we'll add things to there to help build it. And we only have to get 1 of each, so that's good. All right, so now we'll go ahead and start the game like we normally would. And we'll enjoy the fact that we are actually playing with an A side, which means, I'll turn these around, which is a huge plus. Let's go ahead and put these up here just in case we need them. Get that pen out of the way. Take a look at everything else, make sure everything else is tuned correctly. Camera's a little off, I apologize. My camera base is really wobbly, and I apologize for that. That's probably why you see it shaking so much. We're going to do this. We had good luck the last time that we did it this way. And, you know, superstition is a real thing. Oh, the fallacies of human mind. All right, 3. I could be doing this a little bit faster because this is kind of a tedious portion of the video. This is the part where I think most other people, if they were actually doing this for people to watch and enjoy, would simply fast forward this part. So you probably do a little yakety sax music in the background. All right, so there we go. Okay, so this is round 1. We'll go ahead and start with, let's start with the bottom here and see what we got. Now we're going to generate 2 grays, 1 black, 1 green each time, and definitely want to try to get underway pretty well. Got a mega drill here. The mega drill seems nice because that mega drill could be really handy. I think there's a part of me that wants to go ahead and trade in the museum right away. But the museum could be really good if we get a lot of treasures, and it's not that that's not that expensive to build. So I think I have to resist that temptation to go ahead and trade that in. We're gonna try to build it. Just looking at how I want to arrange this so we have enough space for everything. I think I want to build one of these mega drills, but I want to go ahead and get rid of the other one. We're going to go ahead and recycle climate control as nice as that card is. I think I need the energy for that. And I think I want to recycle mega drill. Actually, if we can build both of those, we might as well. And I think we're going to keep wind turbines as well, because that could be really helpful down the road. Which means I think we are going to recycle. We're going to recycle mega drill. And the reason is that I want to get all of these producing kind of quickly. Okay, so that's number one. Let's go number two. We'll pick this one, and then we'll move this one out of the way. What else are we going to get? We are going to need some points at some point. Teleportation is worth 8 points at the end of the game, and that would be something that we could build up to. Research Center is going to give us a lot of science, and I think that is a huge plus right there. As far as the rest of this goes, at Tank Division, much like Mega Drill, is going to produce blue for us. I think what we do is this: we recycle these for the grays, right? We recycle these for the grays. Do I want it here or here? We're going to produce 2 gray overall. If I produce one more, we're going to get 2 energy, and that'll be enough. Yeah, that'll be enough to get all that. So we're going to go ahead and recycle that for one more, and then we're going to go ahead and get teleportation set up so that'll be our long-term project. All right, so let's start with the production. Production is going to be 2 grays to start off with. We will go ahead and put those towards the wind turbine. We're going to put that down there. That's ready to go. We're going to get 2 black. That'll go here and here. So we've built a research center. It's a huge plus. We've built a mega drill. Huge plus. No construction bonuses yet, which is a bit of a bummer. So that reduces that. We're going to get 3 science out of this, so we'll go ahead and get the teleportation started. And we're actually going to get a blue, and we can't really do anything with the blue, so we'll donate this to PAX 10. And we'll get, as a reward, a general, which will be a point for us at the end of the game. Yeah, 2 points, actually. So, I mean, not a great first round, but we did get some production going. We are starting on our way to get some points at the end of the game. We're going to play this on normal difficulty, by the way. The levels of difficulty are normal through Prodigy, and normal is 50, which is pretty low. But I think given my lack of ability at this game, I think that makes sense. So we've got Transportation Network. We've got Gravity Inverter. We've got Zeppelin, Underwater City, and Offshore Oil Rig. Now, I actually think Offshore Oil Rig would be great to go with if we could get it producing early enough, and I think we can. It's not going to give us any points, but it is going to start giving us some yellow, which we kind of need. So we're going to do that. We're going to trade the Zeppelin in for a blue, so that way that's out of the way, and that can actually be produced. I'm debating on these other 2. Now, we're going to get enough grays to produce this, no problem. This could be worth a fair number of points at the end of the game, and it's relatively easy to produce, but it doesn't give us any sort of production. This is going to give us production, but since we don't really have anything else that's producing yellow right now, I don't think it's that great of an option. So I definitely think that we go ahead and start this, because I think we'll be able to fill in a fair amount of it, more than we think. I hate trading this in. You know my feeling about trading these in. But I feel like, you know what? I'm trading these in, and I'm trading these in for the PAX 10 card. We're going to go ahead and continue to complete that. The PAX 10 card, I'm going to trade this in. That's going to give me... We're not going to trade this in quite yet for that. We're going to trade it in for here. We're going to go ahead and get a general for our gray item, but we'll keep the science for ourselves, because I don't really need need it quite yet. Now we'll do a second set of 5 cards. Got a research center. That would be really good. Research center, mega drill. Universal exposition. Universal exposition would be good in combined with science to get stuff. But again, we're not generating much money. We're generating a lot of science, but we're not generating much money. And I think what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to get the research center going here. I want to trade this one in, get a science, and go ahead and give this to PAX 10 in exchange for energy, which I'll put on the research center. I think we trade these ones in, except I don't really have a spot for blue right now. So I think I keep the Universal Exposition because it's a good point maker at the end of the game, and I trade these two in and try to see if I can get something better. Okay, King Solomon's Mines. That would be good money. I think what I go for is King Solomon's Mines. Because that is going to give me money based on these, and I think I can get this turn. Looking at the other cards, I think that is the best way to go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start producing. We're going to produce 3 concrete. That will either complete our offshore oil rig, which will give us a 3rd black, and I think that's what I go with. It'll also start giving us some money, which we kind of need. Or we can produce the research center. I don't think we're going to be able to get this after all. So let's go ahead and we'll do the offshore oil rig. Because we're not going to really need the science quite yet. That's so now we do black, and we're going to get 3 black. That is going to be everything on our underwater city, and we're going to have an extra. So I guess we really didn't need it. So now we're going to do science. That's going to be 3 for that. Yeah, I definitely should have done that. I would have completed teleportation and gotten the Castellum. That was a dumb move. Why did I do it that way? It's a moot point now. I did forget to grab my free dude, though, who was going to go to the Universal Exposition to help out. Why did I not do it that way? Because I'm a moron. All right, so 2 science plus 1 more is going to give us that. We're going to get 1 money. Yeah, I mean, really, like, it is a huge, huge difference in the game. Why I am just not bright. Let's see, 1 yellow. Put that towards the underwater city. We'll get 1 blue. And we'll put that towards King Solomon's Mines. And again, just I feel like an idiot. All right, so now we got 4 items left. We'll go ahead and grab the one that I just pulled. We got that. So Bermuda Triangle, Airborne Laboratory. We still have a yellow and a... So we can do Propaganda Center. Propaganda Center would not take too much money to put together. I think if we can complete King Solomon's Mines, which I'm pretty sure we can, it'll be worth 1 point at the end of the game. I think we're going to keep Bermuda Triangle. I think that'll be helpful at the end of the game. We're going to keep, because that's points, Espionage Agency. I don't think we're going to keep Casino City, Propaganda Center, or Airborne Laboratory. I think we don't have the energy to complete that. So we're going to trade that in for science. We need to fill up some science here. Which we'll put here. Oh, we're going to have a whole bunch of extra science, aren't we? All right. Trade these two in. If we trade these ones in, I will get the underwater city taken care of, and we'll get to start on the Universal Exposition. It was such a colossal mistake. Could also go searching for science, but we still have one more card left. Yeah, I guess I'm trading both of these in for money. I'll give money to PAX 10 and get a gray out of it so that that's taken care of. And I'll go ahead and put the other money on Underwater City so that that's completed. That's the wrong spot. So that at least is worth some points at the end of the game. Potential spam, go away. And now we've got another set of 5 to look at. Harbor Zone, World Congress, Quantum Generator, Submarine, and Recycling Plant. All right, so the funny thing is Recycling Plant, I feel like, is not really worth anything, but I'm going to get 3 grays at the end of this. And I've only got space for 2. So if I traded one of these in, I kind of want to trade both of them in. Quantum Generator, am I going to generate enough science to activate the Quantum Generator? I am. Do I need either of the World Congress? I don't. Or the Harbor Zone. I think I kind of want World Congress just for potential pointage at the end of this. But I will trade this one in, because I don't think there's any reason why I should try to do both. Let's see. Let's look for the one that's actually going to produce stuff on this next round. I think I'm going to take these ones and I'm going to look for something else. 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I can get a blue out of this, that's great. And I'm not going to get a blue, unfortunately. Which means I could take one of these and I could just simply combine it with this one and then get something else out of it. I could also take this. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'm going to take this. I'm going to convert this to black. I'm going to give this to PAX 10. We have completed PAX 10. We get a blue for this, or green for this. We've completed teleportation. So we're going to get 2 Crystallum as a bonus. We're going to give this to King Solomon's Mines. Can't really do much else now. The reason I want to do that is I want to try to get as much money as I can from that. I don't think, though, and we're going to go ahead and try to build a quantum generator. The problem is I don't think we can get another one for this until it's too late. Like, we'd have to get some science, I think, and not give it to the quantum generator, which would be a shame, because that quantum generator really is only going to matter. It's only going to be beneficial, I think, if we build it before the start of the next round. So that's neither here nor there. It's a tough call. But we're going to generate 3 gray. We can put 2 of them on here to get our research center going. Put the other one there to be used for Crystallum. So we will get a bonus from that at least. We're going to generate energy. We're going to generate 3 energy. We've got space for 2, so that'll go there. That'll go there. We're now going to generate 6 of these. So the huge plus there is that we're actually going to get the bonus for that, and we'll take the general for that. Actually, we'll take the financier, put that on the Universal Exposition so we can get that built. And in addition, we now have 5 of these. Now I'm going to put 4 of these on the quantum generator. It would be nice if we could get all of that built. And I think we might still be able to. I'm not sure, but we're going to use the other 2, combine that with the stuff over here to go ahead and make a crystallum so that we complete this for King Solomon's Mines. That means we're going to get 2 points at the end of this. The bigger plus is that that's going to give us a whole bunch of money this round. All right. So for money, we're going to get 1. Well, it's going to give us some money. We're going to get 5 money. It's not going to be like the end of the world, or even the start of the world. For 5 money, so we'll go ahead and take all these. Not enough to start us over, but we will go ahead and complete the espionage agency, which is good because that'll give us blue for the next turn, for the next production step. Then we got 4 more of these that we can use. We can complete the Universal Exposition. We may as well. That leaves us 1 more, which we can either put towards World Congress or the museum. And I think I want to go for World Congress because I think that one's going to be more useful than the other one. Finally, our last step is to generate some blues. We're going to generate 5 blues. And I just lost a piece down there, so I have to... Oh, never mind, I see it. There we go. All right, so we got 5 blue, not 6. Stop cheating. 4 of these are going to go towards the Bermuda Triangle. That gets built. And as a bonus, we are going to generate a crystallum that will be used to complete our quantum generator. So that'll be a bonus. We still have 1 of these. It's not, can't really do anything with it, so that'll go there. We still need dudes. We need these dudes to show up. But we're going to start our last round here. We've got a whole bunch of cards. Center of the Earth is worth 15 points. We are so going to try to aim for that. Treasure of the Temples. How many blues are we making? We're making 5 blues. And this, unfortunately, I think is probably going to be the one that we sacrifice. Because 15 points is 15 points. We can go for Juggernaut, which would give us... we can complete it, except I don't know if we can get that crystallum. Oh, maybe we can. Maybe we can go for Transmutation as well here. I think we turn to the National Monument, put that there. We go ahead and we aim for the Juggernaut, and we'll see what we get on this last one. Let's see. Aircraft Carrier would give us a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't think is really necessary. Supercomputer. How many greens are we generating? We're generating 7 greens, and we're going to have 3 used up by this. So honestly, I think that's just more points. Industrial Complex. I'm going to go ahead and trade that in for the blues. No, because actually, let me think about this. We're not going to get a production bonus from gray. We are going to get a production bonus from science, and we're going to get a production bonus. We're not quite at the production bonus for yellow, and I don't think we're going to get it. And I need 2 of those guys to finish off World Congress. So I think it's a tough call. These are the last few ones that we're doing. None of these give me points. So as far as I'm concerned, I should just trade them in. How much energy am I producing? I'm actually producing 6 energy. Give me a moment. I need to find out what that was. Everything okay?
I'm mad at him.
Okay. All right. Just a quick family emergency there. So I traded that in. Where am I going to put that? I'm going to put that under transmutation. If I got another yellow, I'd get that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to generate 7 science, and that'll be enough to cover these 2. So as much as I'd like to go for the Squadron Supreme, I don't think that that's really going to be beneficial. I think I keep the Zeppelin. And I'm going to trade these 2 in, and I'm going to try to hope for a card that gives me yellow. Okay. And unfortunately, no. That's a bummer. That is a huge bummer. I really could have used that. In terms of pointage, I'm only going to generate 1, 2, 3, 4. I think what I have to do is I have to generate a research center. I can't generate the Juggernaut. So that I generate enough money so that I can get World Congress founded. I don't have anything here that will generate that will get me the dude in question. But this will. If I can generate... Oh, and no, because he doesn't come up for blue. He only comes up for green. Yeah, it's such a tricky thing. I think I try for this, and hopefully I'll get it. All right. Okay, so let's go to production. I generate 3 grays, which is still squat. But it's either enough for the Juggernaut or it's enough for the Research Center. The Juggernaut will give me points at the end of the game. So will the Research Center. Just 1 yellow. Just 1 more yellow. That's all I really needed. Sorry, just looking at something real quick. Okay. So if I do that, I'll need to generate the 3 reds, 3 other grays. This is just a no-win situation. Either I go for the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is worth what? The Juggernaut is worth... Oh, it's worth almost nothing. It's worth like 2 extra points. So I think I go here. Maybe if I'd actually been looking at how much stuff it was going to generate. All right, so now we're going to generate energy. We are generating 6, so we'll actually get a general to accompany. We'll get the 6 energy. And that fills up all the energy spaces. So we'll do that, that, and that. And on the plus side, that completes our Zeppelin. That completes our research center. And now we generate science. So for science, we're actually going to generate 9 this time, so we get our choice. We'll take one of these guys. We'll generate 9 science, not money. The green stuff, which ironically is not the money. We'll go ahead and complete the supercomputer, which unfortunately will not give us anything in terms of a bonus for science. We won't get an extra one for that. We'll go ahead and give this transmutation 2 more here. And 2 more will just simply go towards creating some extra funds. So now we're going to get 6 money. That is enough to get us this. We'll go ahead and take these 3, and then these 3. We'll do 1 here. That'll give us this, which unfortunately, again, does not give us the money, which is unfortunate. Gets us a point, but it doesn't give us the money. We'll take the crystallum, put that on... I think I'm going to hold off for a moment and figure out where I need to put that in just a moment. We are going to go ahead and complete World Congress. We're almost done with the museum. We didn't quite get enough for that. But these all go back. There was some money at the end of the game. Some points at the end of the game. And then finally, we'll go ahead and do the blues. For the blues, we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we'll get a general for that. Oh, and we should have put the generals here. That was stupid. And then we'll get these 5, 6. Is that it? Yeah, it's just 6. I feel like I'm miscounting something. But then these 5 plus these 2 generals, that'll make it 15. For that, that's huge. And then this blue is extra. Don't really need it anywhere, so we'll go ahead and finish up with the museum. As much as I would have liked to have gotten the Juggernaut, that is, I think, going to be worth more points. And then the Juggernaut, sadly, we do not finish. So that goes into the scrapyard. We did complete our packs, so that's good. Let's see what level we would have completed on for this. Let's grab a scorecard. Keep one of these going for the scenarios that we're going to do. So this is scenario 1. And in terms of raw points, we got 15, 16, 20, 21, 23, 31, 34, which is pretty good. For the black locations, the war locations, we've got 2 points per, and we've got a total of 2 locations, so that's 4. We got 3 for every science. I don't see anything else for science. So, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 12 for science. That's pretty good. For banking, we've got 3 for banking, and I don't think anything else. And for banking locations, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 15. For treasure, we'll get an extra 2 points per every treasure location. There's 1, 2, 3. So that's 6. We don't have any generals, any financiers, so we don't get any points for that. We do get 2 points for each of the generals, though. So our total score is 38, 50, 65, 71, 73. That's actually really good for me. That was amazingly good. So yay. So now we're going to go to the end of the scenario. War and Peace scenario, end of game resolution. Let's find out what's next. If PAX 10 card has been completely filled, the PAX 10 project has been brought to fruition. Throughout the world, the media are hailing world peace and universal collaboration. Everyone is talking about the advent of open borders. But in secret, each empire is preparing for the battle to come. All of them are working to shape the future and assert their power. The peace is just a facade, because the empires are engaged in an underground war to dominate the world. The empire that won the game gets the Director of PAX card. Twice per game, you can pay 1 general to get 1 crystallum. Oh, that's really neat. Each of the other players get a member of the PAX 10 card, and once per game. So basically, each of you get the... each of you will get the benefit, but the director gets it twice per game, and the members get once per game. So, All right, that is pretty much it. That is round 1, and we'll go ahead and we'll just keep that at our ready, and we'll go ahead and start scenario 2 shortly. Thank you all so much for joining me, and ciao.